Howdy folks, I got this here propane heater. Got it for free. I was told that it lit on fire and they had to shut off the propane tank to get it to stop. And I already fixed it, but I'm going to show you what I did. Basically, you hook propane up and there's this little button. It has a thermocouple in it. You push this button to bypass that and hit this sparker to light the pilot, and hold this in for a little bit and let it off, and then it should go by itself. This here valve turns on the main burner. So anyway, this here wasn't doing anything. As soon as you hook propane up, whoosh, you had gas in there, and if you hit the sparker, the whole thing would light up, and it was honestly pretty terrifying. So I'm going to show you what I did to fix it. Alright, we got this heater upside down. You're looking at the bottom of it. This is your valve assembly here. This little pipe right here goes to your main burner. This one here goes to your pilot light. This is your main gas inlet. And this little wire right here goes to the thermocouple. That's what tells it if the flame is lit or not. So I'm going to unscrew this little guy. Make sure it's not hooked up to propane if you're working on it. Unscrew that. That's a little tight. Unscrew this. Take that nut off. Take this out. This thing right here has little coils in it, and see that little metal piece that kind of slides back and forth in there? What happens here is there's a thermocouple in there that makes a small electric current when it gets hot, and it energizes these coils inside of here, and once that gets hot, it puts energy to those. Now that's not strong enough to pull this whole thing back by itself, but when you push that red button in to bypass that safety for lighting it, you push that back, and that electric current through these coils is strong enough to hold that back. This rubber seal here seals against the little seat in there and seals off your propane. When you push back on that, it opens that up, and once it's hot, it'll hold. The problem this thing had was this rubber piece had come off of here and was kind of jammed crooked in there and wasn't sealing right. So basically all I did was take it apart and put that back on there. Now I pulled it apart again because I want to make sure that this isn't sticking in there, and make sure it's not going to pop off again, because I don't really need this thing. I'm going to try to sell it and make a couple bucks on it. So I'm going to make sure this isn't too tight in there, that it isn't going to pop off again and light on fire on whoever I sell it to. Okay, I've determined that I think we're good. That bore doesn't really change size the whole way down in there, and we've got plenty of room there. So I think we are good to put this back together. I guess that just kind of seats against there, metal and metal, and that's what seals that. Sure. I guess that's okay. We'll put that back together. Zoom you out here. Snug that down. Make that pretty snug. Tighten this down. This doesn't need to be very tight. It's basically just tight enough to make connection. Strip that out pretty easy. And there you go. flip it back up, right? And get you off the tripod here. That's all there is to fixing one of these things if it does that. Pretty simple, and I don't feel like bringing a propane tank in here to show you that it works, but it works, trust me. So, if yours blows up, not my fault, you probably did it wrong, but that's how I fixed it. I'm going to see if I can sell this thing now.